Welcome back, everyone. Happy day after Thanksgiving, more commonly known as Black Friday. Happy Black Friday, everyone. Hope you're all doing very well today. I've already been awake. Let's see, it's right around not even 1 o'clock. I've been up since about 6 a.m. today. Um, Decided to go out and venture forth into the madness that is Black Friday. Although, to be honest, it was pretty tame today. I kind of equated it more towards like an ordinary Saturday of people out shopping. And not a Black Friday madness, craziness, hysteria. It was kind of weird, I must say. Um, but got home a little bit ago, had the leftover Thanksgiving dinner. So had the turkey, the stuffings, the mashed potatoes and gravy, the corn, the green bean casserole, the pea salad, awesome. Shout out to my mom for her recipe on that. Has become absolutely a staple of the holiday season for me. With that, and biscuits and snacks and cakes and goodies and all that good stuff. So hope everyone, if Thanksgiving is your thing, hope you all had a wonderful meal as well, and that you enjoyed yourselves. And here we are now back on we'll say normal day, because mail has resumed, and as you can see, we got some stuff to open up today. This is really kind of capped off a great week. And I say capped off, we still got tomorrow, Saturday, so we may still get a little bit more stuff in, but we got another 6 returns today. We do have an RTS that we'll talk about, and then also another piece of mail that came in. And then, as you can kind of see over here in the background, I kind of have some background image here. We'll get into that at the end of the video. That's kind of our bonus content. So we're going to put this in there as well for the bonus content. And we're going to kind of look at our traditional TTM items first, and then we will circle back around and we'll talk about the bonuses here. All right, so first up, we saw the yellow sticker of horror. Todd Zeal, got another RTS on him. A much earlier video, I had tried Todd Zeal, got it in a RTS on that, and I'd sent it out during baseball season, so obviously he was going to be in New York, or that's where he ended up being, is in New York. So I decided to try sending back out now that the season was over, and got the RTS as return to sender, insufficient address, unable to forward. So I don't know if it's that I did something wrong with the address, or if it's just that he's not there, or not accepting mail. I don't know. But we'll find out here, and we'll see. Maybe I'll try him again at some future point in time. But we'll see what we can do with that. So let's move on now to hopefully our good stuff for the day. So as I mentioned, we got 6 returns that came back. A little bit of everything here. I am going to go ahead and start off with this one here. In part because I saw that there was a stamp on here, and not only was there a stamp, but this person also put a stamp over the stamp that I put on the envelope. So I think that's just because of there's a decent amount of heft to the envelope. So let's see what we get back here. All right, so we got a good start here. That red says that's the NC State cards, and let's see here. Okay, cool. So what we got back was Larry Worsley. So Larry is an old-time NC State guy, and signed very well for me. Did 9 of 9 here. And Larry played for NC State back from 1964 to 1966. So he certainly, it's been a while for him. And he sent a little note to go along with this. It says, I am sorry for taking so long to sign the cards and to return them. There was a nice letter. There was a nice article written on the ACC 1965 ACC tournament in a local magazine about 2 years ago. We'll try to get you a copy of the article. I think you would enjoy reading the story I tell about the 1965 tournament and my thoughts about ACC baseball or basketball. Thanks for being an NC State fan, Larry Worsley. So a really cool return getting that back. And he actually only kept one of each card. I offered him, and I put him in separate sleeves. I offered him two of each card. He kept only one of each. And what's neat is I noticed that as I was looking at these, he signed each card on the front and back. And signed in a blue ballpoint pen, or I'm sorry, black ballpoint pen. And that's actually how people signed back in the day. Sharpies, haven't been around forever. It just seems like it has. But, you go back, I think Sharpies came into fashion in the 80s. But I think, you go further on back with that and looking at a lot of stuff signed back in the 70s and further on back, either they were using like fountain pens, or straight up ballpoint pens. So getting some of these older guys, this is what they know and maybe how they signed back when with it. But a great return there. So we'll say 9 of 9, but if we wanted to, we could actually say we got 18 of 18 from Larry. And actually we got the bonus autograph on the envelope as well, or on the little note back. So great to see a little bit more of the NC State collection getting signed, and great stuff to add in. So really good start for the day there. It'd been a little bit of a dry spell with the state basketball set, so that was really neat to get that back in. All right, up next, let's go to Providence, Rhode Island. This one should be, I'm thinking either hockey or baseball. Not sure which of the two, but I have been known to be completely wrong. All right, cool. So this is a nice return here from a former New York Ranger, Tom Poti. So Tom has been very active signing TTM lately, and wanted to go ahead and get some stuff out to him. Just some things that I hadn't had signed previously, so wanted to go ahead and get that out. And I'm gonna just readjust this a bit. There we go, much better. Had the sun stripe right there, so I didn't want to get that in the middle of all the cards. But yeah, so Poti, very nice job there, signing 5 of 5 for me, and wanted to get the USA card done, which doubles as his rookie card. So good stuff there. Tried to pick out cards that I didn't have him on yet. And then the USA, just a really neat card. So that was a great return there. That was only out, we'll say 3-4 weeks maybe. More than like the week or two, but not anything out of the norm for sure. All right, next up, let's go down to Atlanta Metro, which means could be darn near anything. I think I know what this one should be, just based on something I had sent recently. No, not who I was thinking, but still very cool. So, as I had mentioned, I was working on the USA Baseball products and got a nice 3 of 3 return today from Todd Green. It's kind of funny that 3 USA cards that were issued out, and all 3 are horizontal cards. And as you'll notice, the Stadium Club and the Topps Traded are the exact same photo. They lightened up the photo for here compared to here, or darkened it up for that. I think the Stadium Club would have come out first, since that came out in the Traded series. But yeah, signed 3 of 3 there. Nice blue Sharpie. And it's kind of neat that all 3 are horizontal cards with it. That's it was funny when I was pulling these and happened to notice that and saw the dual photo on there, and then pulled out the 25th anniversary for USA and saw that was also obviously a horizontal card. That whole set's horizontal. So kind of get a kick out of that there. So this was only out maybe 2 weeks. So great return with Mr. Todd Green. Okay, let's go next. Let's go back up north. Let's go to Mid-Island, New York. I know that this is going to be a hockey return. I'm going to be shocked if it's not a hockey return. I feel pretty confident that this is hockey. It's going to be one of a couple of different guys. All right, so yep, we do have hockey that has come back. So went ahead and sent out to a member of the Islanders dynasty, Butch Goring. And Butch took care of signing 4 of 4 for me. And you'll see a couple of themes here from some of our recent returns. We got the 81, 82 tops that I've been getting some signed recently. Also the Greats of the Game. And then to go along with that, also the Fleer Legacy. And then broke out a nice little vintage tops as well to go with it. This is 8485? Yeah, 8485. So a nice 4-4 return from a member of the Islanders dynasty. 4 Stanley Cups in a row. Amazing accomplishment. Kind of rivaled what the Oilers did following after the Islanders dynasty. So that was one that was only out for 2 weeks, maybe. So a great return to get that back. Another nice 80s legend of hockey. All right, 2 to go here. Let's go out to Sacramento for this one. I'm thinking that this is a baseball return, but I can't say for sure because it could be also football. I know it's. Oh, this actually could also be basketball too. And no, it is actually a nice football return. And this is one that I was wondering when it would show up. I knew it would. So Hall of Famer Jim Otto. You've seen that I've been working on getting some of these Enor Pro Football Hall of Fame cards signed. And Jim's been a very good Hall of Fame signer for the fans. Minimal charge. I think it's $5 a card he'll sign for. I'm sure it's probably a little bit more for other items, but for cards, I think the normal is $5. So I was originally just going to send these 2 cards here. I found a random stack of Hall of Fame cards cleaning out a box and had that in there. So I'm like, hey, let's go ahead and pull that out. And then before I got those out, I was just kind of cleaning through some stuff and found this awesome old vintage Jim Otto card. And really, all things considered, it's in good condition. It's gosh, I'm not even sure what year this would have been. Yeah, I have no idea because it doesn't give me any inclination on here as far as what year, but it would have to be it would have to be late 60s, early 70s with it. But just the colors on there, and, if you take a look, there's a little bit of, damage to the bottom of the card. But to actually get a nice vintage card like that and to get it signed, plus also I already had the card. So great looking stuff there. And I love the fact that he actually did go with the blue on the darker card. And as we've talked about before about blue Sharpie and how it stands out better, this is certainly one of those cases that had he signed it in black, like he did on that card there. Now just imagine that black being in all of this dark background through here. The autograph would be half invisible with it. It's fine on this one here because he signed it off to the side, so very cognizant of where to sign. But the fact that he switched over to blue for this card really kind of is a great thing, and I really do appreciate that he did that. So 3 of 3 with the donation fee, whatever you want to call it, with money sent. So great return. That was out maybe about 3 weeks total. All right, and on to our last return. This one is coming to us out of Jackson, Mississippi. This one looks like it has something enclosed with it. So we have something here. And all right, cool. So got a return back from Ron Polk, who was the head coach for the 91 USA team. And also got a nice little note just wishing a happy Thanksgiving to go with that. So another USA guy. So nice return with that. Signed it just basic blue Sharpie, and picked a great spot. Again, he, is aware kind of where to have the autograph maximize its effort with it in terms of the look. So great return there. And again, this one was out maybe 2 weeks, if that. All right, so let's go ahead and do our recap of our returns for the day. So we got 6 potential returns that came in, and we had 6 successes. So starting off, we have Ron Polk with a nice 3 of 3 return. Then we follow that up with Mr. Jim Otto, also with a 3 of 3 return with appropriate money sent. Butch Goring came in with a nice 4 of 4 return. Todd Green, USA Baseball, came in with a 3 of 3. Then we had Tom Pody, former New York Ranger, coming in with his 5 of 5 as I try to make this look neat. 5 of 5. And then lastly, Larry Worsley with his personal note there, and then also returning back more cards than he needed to with that, signing 9 of 9. So altogether, if we looked at our quantity of what we got here, that's 3, 6, 9. 9 and 9 is 18, plus another 9. So 27 graphs today that came in across these 6 returns. So a really, great way to continue on with the week. With the returns that we saw from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then here again, just really just kicking it this week. So it's good to see when you put in a lot of the hard work and effort with your TTMs and send out a lot of stuff and do the research and get the addresses. Like, these 5 here are pretty much out there for just about anybody to find. This one I actually had to do some work on, so to get that return back was really, really cool to see. So very stoked with that. So I think I haven't gotten any returns back from the state set in a bit. I got to go back and look and see where we are with that. But I think at this point now, gosh, we're probably up close to 80 signed cards in the set, with some more guys still out there that we can hope that we can get. So TTMs, that's what we got for the week. Oh yeah, and can't forget we got our RTS from Todd Zeal. But we'll try that again somewhere down the line. All right, so next up, this is going to be an item that will be signed in the future, but not signed right now. So when this came in, I had no idea what it was. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the heck is it? And I could read some writing on the back, and I still couldn't figure out what the heck it was. So I went ahead and kind of cut it open already so that I knew what I was looking at with it, because otherwise it would have been driving me crazy to see. And so what we're looking at here is a New York Rangers ticket from a season ticket holder from the game against the Colorado Avalanche on January 7th of this year, 2020. The significance to this is Igor Shesterkin, the Rangers' heir apparent goalie to Henrik Lundqvist. This was his first NHL game, also his first NHL win. So down the road, this could be a very iconic ticket if he pans out the way that he's projected to be, and based on how he started out so far with it. So guy had some tickets available. This was one of them, so went ahead and picked it up. For a ticket like this, had to pay a little bit for it. Not anything crazy, but had to pay for it. But it's one of those things that is an iconic potential future ticket. So I was happy to go ahead and get it. And ticket itself is in great condition. No creases to it. No marks. No nothing. So this has been very well taken care of. And very happy to get it. So that's going to be something that down the line will end up hopefully becoming a signed piece with that. All right. So moving on now to our bonus content, our bonus part 2 content. We got signed books, guys. Today, Black Friday, Barnes & Noble had a bunch of books, signed books on sale. For those of you not aware, they do this every Black Friday. Barnes & Noble will have a selection of signed books available for purchase in-store. Sometimes they do make them available online as well, but in this case right here, these are books that they all had for sure available in store. So got up early. That's the reason for getting up early this morning to get out to Barnes and Noble and pick up some books. So I'm just gonna give a little recap of what I picked up today and just kind of let everyone see a little bit of something different besides the TTMs. All right, so we're gonna start off over here with this stack. First up, John Cleese. John Cleese is an American icon and really a world icon when it comes to comedy. And picked up the signed book of his. I didn't even know until yesterday that he had a new signed book out. He had one out last year and went ahead and picked that up as well. But you can see a little bit here about him, and he's obviously most well known as a part of the cast of Monty Python, or I should say the comedy troupe of Monty Python, but he's been in quite a few things over the years. Certainly we'll say a UK influenced comedian. But this was really neat to pick this up here. And it's actually a smaller sized book there. It's nothing all that big and huge, but this was a book. It was $14 on the list price for it. So a very, very good book to have for the price. All right, next up. So what we have here is a signed book, Peter Buttigieg, and I think I said the name right. A nice clean signature there. This was one that I was told I should probably pick up just for potential down the line with it. And you can see that, born in 82, two-term mayor of South Bend, and a 2020 Democratic presidential candidate. So it's a kind of a political-based book. It was one that it'll be an interesting read, something that's, trying to expand horizons with. It'll be worth a read with it. And who knows, it may be something that I like, maybe something I don't like, but, I took a shot at it. And political autographs are never a bad thing to have as well when you think about things down the line. All right, next up, we have a Matthew McConaughey book. If you don't know who Matthew McConaughey is, I'm not gonna go into that. But there's the autograph there. Not much to it, certainly. You can kind of see what his full-on autograph looks like there. That's his replica signature, we'll say, and then that's what we actually got. So when you look at it, you can see he kind of just signed part of his last name with it, because you can see those squiggles in there are more for McConaughey. But again, an iconic actor with it, certainly, and one that it'll be an interesting read, and to have the signed copy is always kind of neat. All right, next up, so going back into the world of sport, we have the Young Bucks from the Elite. And certainly for any wrestling fans out there, AEW. These are some of the premier guys in AEW, and kind of neat. The book itself, I just kind of scanned through it, but it's signed by Matt and Nick Jackson, otherwise known as the Young Bucks. But it's a good amount of content in the book, so it's definitely not a fluff book, and even has the middle pictures that these types of books will have, but you just look at it and there is a lot of content to it. And I like reading these books like this, where it kind of gives you an insight as to how somebody got to where they are today. So in the case of the Young Bucks, if you don't know, they're one of those guys that they spend a lot of time in the independent leagues wrestling. They never were with WWE. They did spend some time with TNA Impact. They spent some time in Ring of Honor, but now AEW is kind of where they found their home. So this should be a really good read there. And also, it's the first book that they've put out, so this could be something down the line that could be, really neat to have. All right, so 3 more to go. Next up, the Bella twins, Brie and Nikki Bella. So this is these two are from WWE. As you can see, this is signed by the two of them. And they've kind of created their own little media empire on the E! Network. They were part of Total Divas, and then they had their show that was the offshoot called Total Bellas. So this is, their book, and again, they've kind of got all their stuff there with, pictures throughout their career. So it'll be an interesting read for sure. And, hey, when you're getting 2 autographs in one book, that's always a good thing as well. So good to have that. Next up, this is certainly a New York theme on these last 2 here. So Jerry Seinfeld had put out a new book, and I do not have a Seinfeld autograph, so I had to make sure to pick up a copy. So this was great to be able to add this in, and kind of goes through a little bit of everything there, the 70s, 80s, 90s, double O's, and the teens. So a nice content book. Certainly, it looks like it's kind of like quick hit type stuff, where he kind of talks about a little bit of everything in there. I think it's just kind of more like rather than a ongoing story, it's probably a lot of just little quick hits and little stories and anecdotes. But it'll be a good read there, and this will be the type of book that you can kind of pick up, read for a little bit, and put down and feel good about. And not that you're not losing your place with it. And then lastly, what Mets fan cannot own this book? David Wright. Gorgeous autograph with that, and that's his quality autograph right there. I've got a lot of David Wright autographs that I've got over the years, 95% of them in person, and this falls right in line with his quality graph with it. So this is a book that I was aware of that it was going to be coming out, and I didn't really take any action on it when I kind of honestly had forgotten that it was coming out, and finally got my chance to get my hands on a signed copy there. So I was pretty stoked when I saw that this was going to be showing up with Barnes & Noble. So great ad with that. So this will be a really fun read. I know I'm going to end up devouring this book and probably reading it all within a day or two. So good stuff with that. So all in all, I picked up on the day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So 7 signed books there. If you're reading this video, or if you're viewing this video fast enough, you might still want to check with your local Barnes & Noble, because these books did just go on sale, and especially if you're a West Coast person, you might still be able to get your hands on some stuff, but certainly, see what you can find out there. And every store had a little bit of a different selection, so not everything is going to show up at every single store, but keep your eyes out there. So we've had a long video today, but we had a lot of good stuff to cover. Hope everybody again had a good Turkey Day, and certainly now as we're going to get closer to the weekend, it's going to be nice to kick back and relax, not have to worry about the cooking or any of that stuff. So as always, everyone, thank you so much for spending some time with me and watching another video. I hope you are all staying safe out there. Want to have you around for a long, long time to come. And along with that, make sure that you still have fun. We got to have fun in this day and age, especially with everything going on. So find what makes you happy and brings you joy and makes you laugh, and make sure you're doing those things. And hopefully, if you're doing your TTMs, that your mailboxes are staying full of ink. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much. And everyone, if we don't talk tomorrow, enjoy your full long weekend there, and we will see you all again soon. Take care.